Thank you. I'm very, very excited. My name is Tina Vasconcelos. I'm the Vice Chancellor for Educational Services here. Thank you. I am very excited to welcome everybody to our tenure reception. And our faculty this year will be tenured starting next year. The board will be approving all of our tenure candidates this afternoon or this evening. And we have 13 candidates from across the district from each of our colleges. I have to say this is absolutely one of my favorite events of the year outside of graduation. I love this. I love seeing your families. And one of the biggest things for me is that we always say it takes a village. It absolutely takes a village to get through tenure, right? Anybody sort of, yeah. So once again, thank you so much. I'm going to turn it over to our Chancellor, Chancellor Gilkerson.
Thank you. Well, good afternoon. Oh man, what do y'all think? It's so beautiful. Look at all these faces. I'm so excited. Well, I joined Dr. Vasconcelos with saying this is one of my favorite events of the spring, is this honor to be here and this recognition of all of you. So welcome. What a truly remarkable occasion really this is. And so looking around this room, I'm filled with a sense of pretty profound pride and anticipation, because tonight we don't just mark a milestone, we celebrate a transformative journey. And we gather here, at the District Service Center, where it really is our commitment to service, to acknowledge the dedication and achievement of our newly tenured faculty. This isn't merely a fulfilling of requirements, all those check boxes and the things like that. This is about a spirit of continuous evolution. Each of you has demonstrated not just competence, but a genuine passion for cultivating knowledge and empowering our students. Yes, thank you. Students! So think of the tenure process as a crucible, a refining experience. It's a journey of deep introspection, of rigorous peer review, and most importantly, of listening to the voices of our students. It's a testament to your ability to adapt, to innovate, and to consistently strive for excellence. You haven't just met the standards, you've raised them. As we look forward to 2025 and beyond, we recognize that the landscape of education is constantly shifting, and let's not look at the federal government to see what's constantly shifting, because your head will be in a spin. But my commitment to you, our faculty, is to provide the resources and support you need to navigate these changes. It won't be easy, and I can assure you that we will continue to prioritize initiatives that broaden access to education, ensuring that every student, regardless of their background, has the opportunity to thrive in our district and at the colleges you serve at. Tonight, we honor the collective impact you have on our students and our community. You are the architects of students' futures, the guides who illuminate their paths. Let us remember that tenure is not an end. Hello, with great honor comes great responsibility, right? It's a beginning, a launch pad of even greater contributions that I'm really excited to see. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to your families and friends. I know their support has been instrumental in your success. And to our exceptional candidates, the 13 of you, congratulations. Yeah. You represent the very best of the Peralta Colleges. Let's celebrate this moment and let's look forward to the remarkable work what we will accomplish together in our future. Congratulations. I'm now pleased to invite our board president, Louis Quinlan, to give his remarks.
Thank you, Chancellor. So as I thought about this over the last couple of days, I tried to figure out what I was going to say. And then I remembered the conditions that you started in. I think I was on a couple of the hiring committees. It was my last semester here teaching. And I think 3 weeks after the hiring committee, my last hiring committee, we went into shutdown. So you were prepared to teach in a world that no longer existed. I mean, you were prepared, you came in, you expected classrooms full of students, expected labs full of students, and when you came in the fall, that did not exist. Our classes were shut down, everything was online, but you adapted, okay? You created classrooms, you created Canvas shells, you moved our students forward through a system that you created with the help of many of our administrators and staff and talented people that helped us train for Canvas shells. I looked at that stuff when I tried to teach, it might as well have been in Greek. But for you, you made it work. So that passion, I think, is incredible. And then over the last 2 years, it's changed back again. Some of you are in the classroom full time now, some of you are doing other things, but change has been the constant of your tenure review process. And I admire that so deeply because it's hard to change every day when you have no idea what's going to happen the next day. And you have adapted to that. You've been successful with that, with the help from your from people on your tenure review committees, from help from our classified staff, and I think you really need to be congratulated on it. The last thing I would like to say is your journey has just started. Part of our model that we're trying to build here in Peralta is of participatory governments. That means that you are going to have a role in building what will be the new Peralta. You're going to have a role on academic senate committees, on curriculum committees, on tenure review committees and hiring new faculty. And those things are critical to making us go forward. So as the saying goes, the reward for good work is more work. But I know, based on your experience, that you've gone through getting to this point, you will be successful and the new Peralta will rise. Thank you.
Thanks. I actually didn't recognize President Quinlan without an A's cap on. That was a little disorienting for me. Somewhere in this binder is my set of remarks. Thanks. Well, I'm Matthew Goldstein. I'm president of the District Academic Senate. Thanks for having me. Tonight, this afternoon, I'd like to congratulate the 13 faculty members on whom tenure will be conferred this evening. Tenure, as you know, is a professional achievement of enormous consequences, and you're to be commended for all the hard work and tenacity you've shown in reaching this major personal and professional milestone. It's really an honor to be able to recognize the newly tenured here. You've dedicated your lives to public higher education, and education is a vocation that is too seldom celebrated in public, so it's especially gratifying to be here under these festive circumstances with the crew of tenured folks and their friends and family and a nice spread and a lovely spring day. So it really is an honor and lovely to be here. This is the part where I get a little bit dark. I have a reputation for being a bit of a Cassandra on some issues, so here we go again. But as tenured faculty in public higher education, you know you're part of a very elite and small and increasingly threatened group. And even here in progressive California, we're finding that public higher education is under a microscope, and we're being attacked in various ways. We're being defunded, we're suffering ideological attacks, and of course it's even worse in some ways outside of California. But here it's the home of the Master Plan for Higher Education, so there's reason to hope that that long history will serve us well going forward. Education, as I said, is getting dismantled in certain ways, and you as freshly tenured faculty have a real responsibility to help defend higher education and your colleagues and the communities that higher education, public higher education in particular, is meant to serve and to keep healthy. So please use that privilege and honor for good things. And you should know, too, that tenure itself is a special target of those who are looking to dismantle higher education. So prize this accomplishment and use it for good. So while the addition of a baker's dozen of newly tenured faculty is great news, and it shows that the district is committed to building the ranks of full-time faculty members, I want to point out that we need more to serve our students and to continue to make our institutions strong. I want to point out, too, that you should use those privileges, the power that you have as tenured faculty to pursue tough questions and to advocate on behalf of those who can't enjoy those same protections that you enjoy. And that would include our part-time faculty who don't have that special privilege. So congratulate yourselves, and enjoy the afternoon. Thanks so much. It really is a wonderful thing to have, and you've accomplished a great deal, and I'm sure you'll accomplish a great deal more. Let me bring up the president of the Peralta Federation of Teachers, Jeffrey Senseri. Thanks very much for your time.
Usually I'm being ushered off the stage, not onto it, and that's different. I guess I'm using this. So I just want to say, good afternoon to honored faculty today, families, and Peralta people throughout the district. We're here today for you you made it through. It happened, right? 4 years of observation, criticism, compliments, and possibly the abject terror of knowing that the people on your tenure review committee are probably people you're going to have to spend the rest of your career with. Or maybe it was a joy for all of you. Who knows? It's a toss-up, right? It could be either one. In either way, I'll tell you, every year, tenure reception has at least 2 faculty speakers, and each of them in their own way, or each of us, I suppose, reminds faculty that the importance of tenure is not only the job security that it gives, but the intellectual security that comes with it. And that security is super important to someone like me. I am really, really passionate about history. So the freedom to be able to drop, the more than probably occasional F-bomb is vital to me. The idea that we can be that kind of passionate. And so in that spirit, shit. Okay, did it. All right. So all right, there you go. That just happened. But to be serious, if you're here, then you obviously take your job seriously. And you're passionate about it. And you want to make sure that we reach out to students where they are. And not everyone can do that, but you can. You're the expert not just in your field, but in our students. But for me, as faculty union president, I would be remiss if I didn't say that the academic and pedagogical freedom that we all enjoy, certainly full-timers more than part-timers, are etched and negotiated in our contract. And our role here in Peralta, all of us, with all the talk of change that is in the air, that will be front and center as we begin serious discussions about what we are as a district, how we change as a district, and how best to serve our students while maintaining our collective academic and intellectual integrity. Now lastly, as tenured faculty and through our contract, we have a permanence in the Peralta community that our administration does not enjoy. By being here and finishing your 4th year, you have already outlasted nearly every administrator in the entire district. I can count on 1.5 hands the people that you don't have beat. But, man, so I guess I say that, as partially as a joke, but also to remind you guys that, you are, as faculty, playing a central role in what happens here. Don't think that you don't. And I guess I'll say, not only that, but you must remember that, this is your community, and you're going to be at the forefront of intellectual change for our students and add to the already strong foundation that we have for higher education in the Bay Area. So congratulations to all of you. And now, Tina Vasconcelos. My phone.
Alrighty, so I'm very excited to move on to the next section of our program where our presidents will be introducing our tenure candidates. We'll be sharing a bio. We'll be doing group photos with families and also colleagues as you guys desire. So I'm very excited for this next section. And I would like to call up Denise Richardson, Dr. Denise Richardson, president of Berkeley City College. Do you want this or this? Okay, because I have to. There you are. Thank you very much.
Is it afternoon or evening? Good afternoon, everyone. It's great to see all of you. It is my great pleasure to stand before you and to represent Berkeley City College and to also extend congratulations to our 13 newly tenured faculty throughout the district and your families, right? Because you didn't do it alone. It really took the village to make this happen. So I want to acknowledge the families in the room as well. I want to share with you something that I have been repeating for a while because I think it's apropos in this very special period that we find ourselves. What you don't change, you choose. And I share that with you because I'm looking forward to the change that's coming with the newly tenured faculty. So I just want to leave that with you. I also want to say to my dear friend Jeff, where did Jeff go? I want to say to Jeff that 20 years ago today, I was awarded tenure in this very room. So a little more than 4 years. Just want to share that. So now it is my great honor to recognize two extraordinary faculty at Berkeley City College. Put my glasses on so that I can see. And so I would like to this time call forward Dr. Nima Najafi Kianfar. If you could please come forward. And just stand beside you. Thank you. I'm going to talk about you a little bit before I give you your award. Nima Najafi Kianfar teaches in the English department at Berkeley City College, focusing on essential skills, transfer-level English composition, and critical thinking. They hold a PhD in English language and literature from the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, where their dissertation, Motivation for Yesterday, what a compelling title, right? Motivations for Yesterday, explored themes of storytelling, identity, and cultural narratives. Nima also earned an MFA in poetry from St. Mary's College of California and a BA in English language and literature with an emphasis in creative writing from UCLA. With over a decade of teaching experience across multiple institutions, Nima is deeply committed to equity and culturally responsive teaching practices, particularly within the Puente program. They have received extensive training in online teaching and design, including certifications in equity and humanizing online learning. As a distance education coordinator and peer online course reviewer, POCR lead, Nima has played a pivotal role in supporting faculty to align their courses with regulatory and accessibility standards. In addition to their academic contributions, Nima is an accomplished poet and scholar with creative works published in journals and anthologies such as Mascara Literary Review, Pilgrimage Magazine, and For the Love of Orcus. Their academic work includes research on translation theory, cultural identity, and Hollywood cinema. Outside of the classroom, Nima is active in fostering community engagement through events, readings, and committee work. Their dedication to inclusive education and student success exemplifies their belief in the transformative power of writing and storytelling. Nima, we are truly grateful that you have chosen to bring your exceptional talents to BCC. We eagerly anticipate the empowerment of our students through telling their own stories under your very capable and inspiring instruction. I just want to add that I saw a student one day say, "This dude, he's the GOAT." So I don't know, it doesn't get much better than that. No doubt. You're welcome. You are very welcome. So I'm going to ask you to stand just to the side over here for me, and then we're going to have your colleague come up. Next, we have yet another extraordinary faculty member, Adriana Regalado, and I will refer to her as Dree because that's what we call her at BCC. Dree, would you please come forward? Hey, Dree, you want to stand over here with me? Thank you. Thank you. All right. Adriana Regalado serves as a counselor, instructor, and coordinator with Berkeley City College's HSI and Puente programs. Their empowering experience as a community college transfer student has been the foundation for their commitment to equity work in K-14 public education. Dree transferred from Los Rios Community College District to UC Berkeley where they completed their BA in Legal Studies. They completed their Master of Science in Counseling, Graduate Certificate in Ethnic Studies, and Bilingual Educators for Social Transformation, multiple subject teaching credential program at San Francisco State University. DRE is passionate about using their platform to take action and advocate alongside our scholars. DRE led the launch of BCC's first Puente program cohort in fall 2020. That was huge, which is currently celebrating 5 years strong. They have also served as a faculty coordinator with BCC's Dual Enrollment for Equity DE4E team. And at the core of their counseling and classroom conversations with scholars are the practices and values of social justice, liberation, cultural wealth, storytelling, critical consciousness, and imagining infinite possibilities for our futures and social change. Their current role as Puente faculty, counseling department co-chair, BCC HSI advisory board member, BCC department co-chair, BCC HSI advisory board member, BCC LGBTQIA plus task force participant, and organizer with BCC's undocumented solidarity efforts, are driven by their mission to disrupt oppressive systems and inspire institutional transformation and service of our BIPOC, LGBTQIA plus and undocumented scholars. Wow, that tired me out just talking about all the things that she's doing, right? DRE is passionately committed to BCC and is a fierce and tireless advocate for students. DRE, thank you for choosing BCC and for your infectious optimism and passion. We are so fortunate to have you. So now it is my great pleasure to give you this. And we're going to go up and take pictures now. And now it is my great pleasure to introduce my colleague, President Melanie Dixon, President of College of Alameda.
Well, this is a big day, isn't it? Some big accomplishments, some big resumes, some big titles, lots of initials. I'm super proud to be in the space with all of you that have acquired tenure. So congratulations, and to your families as well. Why I'm here is I get to represent the incredible talent that we have at College of Alameda. And the two individuals that I get to recognize today, I'll tell you, I've had an opportunity to engage with them, and they're just passionate people about their work and are transformative on the ground at our college. And so with no further ado, I'll talk about our first candidate. Dr. Didem Ekici, and I hope I pronounced that correctly because I was working hard. Yes. Dr. Didem Ekici is an educator, researcher, peace builder, and author. She has 20 years of teaching experience in the K-12 and higher education in the US and overseas. She started her career at College of Alameda in 2019 and has taken on various roles in addition to her faculty positions since then. She served as the District Distance Education Coordinator for 3 years and chaired the District DE Committee during this time. Her passion towards online education and equity ended her up in the District of Peralta's Online Equity Initiative. Yes, please. In which she is still serving voluntarily as an organizing of the global POEC conference that invited almost 1,000 educators from around the world. She is currently the Guided Pathways faculty coordinator and very effective at it, I should add, and serves in the Institutional Effectiveness Committee as one of the tri-chairs, besides her role as ESOL faculty and department chair. So she's taking on a lot of responsibility at the institution as a faculty member on the tenure track. Usually not advisable, but we are very proud that she stepped into those leadership roles. Didem has taken on roles beyond Peralta as well. She served as California's TESOL Bay Area chapter coordinator and was a part of the planning team at KATSO, hopefully I'm pronouncing these things correctly. Yes, indeed. State conference held at COA in 2023. Also, she has been teaching graduate classes at the University of San Francisco and coaching doctoral students in their educational journeys. In 2023, she received Humanizing Education Award. It's pretty big. Humanizing Education Award. At this particular time, it has a different meaning, right? So thank you for that work. From the Mellon Foundation and USF. Didem has numerous academic publications, notably co-authored the book Person to Person Peace Building, Intercultural Communication, and English Language Teaching, published in 2022. She collaborated with UNESCO Paris office in the intercultural competence and peace building projects and was invited to expert panel and conferences organized by the same organization. She is currently still serving in the executive team of the World Council on Intercultural and Global Competence. And what I will say, in my experience with Didem, is as a leader, she's not only infectious to students, but she embraces their families, she embraces her colleagues, and she really supports our classified professionals, which I greatly, greatly appreciate. So I wanna thank you, and not only that, but really congratulate you for a job well done, taking on these leadership roles, and really helping transform our college and our district. So congratulations. Yes. Apparently I'm not styling. There you go. Thank you so much. All right, you stay right there. We're gonna take a picture in just a minute, but we're gonna acknowledge your colleague. You okay with that? So this gentleman is also a really special soul. I had an opportunity to meet him. Professor Joshua Rose is an instructor and a reference librarian at the College of Alameda. Yes, please. Yes, please. I think one of the most critical parts of this is, as a student-focused librarian, Josh is interested in providing engaging and informative information, literacy, and research instruction that builds on student knowledge and research interests. He holds a Master of Library and Information Science degree from the University of British Columbia. Now, it's funny that we have a librarian that is of so few words. But what he's not short on is impact to students. So we talk about, and I talked to one of our faculty members about the support that he provides for lit reviews and really helping students understand how to navigate the research process. And for that, we are greatly appreciative. And I am personally appreciative for an incident that occurred in our library and your advocacy for a student of color around a situation that was not so ideal on our college campus, and that's the type of leadership that we want in our faculty ranks and all other constituency groups that we have. And so thank you for your contributions to our college, thank you for your contributions to research, and I congratulate you so much for achieving this tenure. Yes, thank you so much. So now we're gonna do photos. Yes. COA, I don't see you. I see him running from the sidelines. Thank you so much. Let's hurry this party up. We are so proud of you. Way to show up, COA. All right, and then I have the great luxury to pass the baton over to my colleague, Dr. Rudy Besikoff, please, from Laney College.
Thank you, President Dixon. It's great to be up here once again honoring our tenured faculty. Truly an accomplishment. And along the way, of course, with Laney College, we're honoring 7 colleagues today. That's right. And in addition In addition to recognizing our honorees today, I also want to take a moment and appreciate the faculty who served on the tenure review committees, as well as the deans who did so. But most of all, because that is a heavy lift, to recognize our tenure review coordinator, Alicia Caballero Christensen. All right, so let's get this started. I'd like to invite up Professor Tonya Carpenter. All right. Professor Tonya Carpenter is receiving tenure today for her service as a professor in cosmetology. She earns this distinction with a commendation from her tenure review committee, who stated that she is an excellent educator who consistently goes above and beyond for students. Outside the classroom, she engages in supporting her department, especially by keeping its classes current through her work with curriculum revision, which frankly is no small feat given the constant innovations within cosmetology. Additionally, she understands, like so many faculty in career education, the component of engaging industry, and she lends her perspective as a member of the Career and Technical Education Advisory Committee at Laney. But most of all, as one of her students put it, Ms. Carpenter deserves beyond tenure. So please join me in congratulating her. All right, next we're going to honor Minh An Nguyen. All right, Minh An Nguyen is earning tenure today as a member of our counseling department at Laney College. Anybody here in counseling? From student comments on our evaluations, it was clear to me immediately that this is someone who establishes a hub for students to come and see her multiple times to have needs met. In fact, as one student said, Minh was very encouraging. She always helps me find information about my degree, and I always enjoy our meetings. This is also a faculty colleague who does so much outside her office. I can always count on her attending one-stop Saturdays at the beginning of the semester to provide counseling support to students. And within Laney College governance, she really has student interests in mind as she serves on the Affordable Instructional Materials Committee. Within her own department, though, she does other things. She serves on the Counseling Department's Training Committee, the Social Committee, that sounds like fun, and evaluates part-time counselors. To stay current in her counseling field and better support students, Minh An has also attended a range of professional development events. But for my part, I would like to especially appreciate this great colleague today because she accepted my request to represent Laney College at the Oakland Vietnamese Chamber of Commerce and their Leadership Advisory Committee. This is a great day to congratulate this colleague, and I wish you all the best. Okay, this is fun. All right, here we go. Now we're on to Professor Sappho Su. Professor Sappho Su is earning tenure today as a professor in environmental control technology. I was so proud to see her spotlight her program at the Board of Trustees October study session held at Laney College. And I say that because she is a model for students, especially women who wish to be successful in the trades. She has chaired the Environmental Control Technology Department now for 5 years, and it is thanks in great part to her that Laney College has now had a thriving partnership through the Johnson Controls Community College Partnership Program for the past 3 years. This year, ECT and Johnson Controls are collaborating to design a building automation controls labs for our students. Under her leadership as department chair, enrollment has more than doubled, and students in the ECT department are often supported with scholarships that she has worked to establish. Because of this philanthropic focus, ECT students also have the cost of industry-recognized certification exams covered, paid for. And during this time on tenure track, as if that wasn't enough, she also earned her master's degree in education from San Francisco State University. Laney students are in a better place thanks to great faculty like Professor Su, so please join me in offering congratulations. Okay, and now it's time to congratulate Javier Valencia. It's good to see you. Professor Javier Valencia has earned tenure for his outstanding work teaching welding at Laney College. One of his students put it best, saying, Javier is a credit to his profession, both in welding and in teaching, and students are privileged to learn from him. One of his students said that. That's amazing. But you know what? Going further into his student evaluations, I found that role model was another theme that came out of what his students had to say about him. Behind the scenes with the welding department, though, Professor Valencia does so much more than interacting with students. Beyond his full-time teaching responsibilities, he has completed his own independent welding certification, revised curriculum for courses within the welding department, and done a great deal in terms of organizing and improving those instructional spaces that make up our welding lab. This is truly a great professional who models what professionalism is for the welders of the future, and I offer my congratulations. Okay, and now it's time to welcome up Professor Erica Williams. Professor Erica Williams is receiving tenure today for her work teaching African American studies as part of the ethnic, that's right, as part of the Ethnic Studies Department. Her review committee noted that she understands the importance of pedagogy and curriculum, connecting with colleagues, and serving the community while promoting equity on and off campus. Wow, that's great. She has wasted no time also becoming a campus leader, now serving in her second term as department chair. And as tenets of her leadership, her colleagues have noted her patience and flexibility. But perhaps the best voice on this occasion comes from one of her students who stated on an evaluation this: Professor Williams is an exceptional educator whose passion for teaching and dedication to student success make her a standout in her field. Congratulations. All right, now for a discipline that's very near and dear to my heart. Let's welcome up Professor Judy Wong. Professor Judy Wong is also earning tenure today as a member of the ESOL department. Anybody here from ESOL? There we go. She began at Laney as a part-time instructor in 2004, and while still a part-time faculty member, took on the role of distance education co-coordinator in 2020. This means that in the gravest depths of the pandemic, during those times, she was providing leadership to many faculty new to online teaching, not only through her work leveraging college and district professional development resources, but those around the state offered through entities such as California Virtual Campus and the Online Education Initiative. And oh, by the way, in the midst of that, she became a full-time faculty member in 2021. And her work in distance education continues even in 2025 as a peer online course review or POCR evaluator and coordinator, and a member of the Distance Education Committee. Her leadership in the area of distance education has not only benefited students in her discipline, but countless others across our vast curriculum at Laney College, especially from 2020 to 2022, when we needed it the most. That, in my mind, is what it means to leave a legacy, right? As far as teaching goes, though, Professor Wong's committee has also noted that her high bar of excellence extends to the classroom. In their words, the committee finds Judy Wong to be an exemplary instructor who incorporates the feedback of the committee and her students into her teaching. Today, we celebrate this outstanding colleague and her earning of tenure. And finally, it's a pleasure to welcome up Susan Yee. In her role as Laney College's mental health specialist, Susan Yee is earning tenure today. She began her tenure at Laney in August of 2021 as the pandemic was winding down and schools were opening back up. In this time, she has been able to grow the mental health team at Laney from one full-time position to a team of 11 student mental health navigators, graduate interns, part-time faculty, and 1 classified professional. Wow. Even better, she has almost tripled the number of students receiving clinical mental health services, while also leading dozens of classroom and learning community workshops. She has facilitated and trained more than 150 Laney College students and employees in mental health first aid. Most recently, she was awarded a $200,000 grant, so proud, to develop a collaborative certified wellness coaching program with BCC and Laney together to help address the national shortage of mental health workers. Susan is grateful for the genius mental health coordinators at our sister colleges, the unwavering support of Dean Gary Albury, and of course, the brilliant, resilient Laney College students who are showing us the way. Congratulations, Susan Yee. Okay, photo time. And now it is a pleasure to welcome my dear colleague and president of Merritt College, Dr. David Johnson.
Good afternoon. It's still a Laney party. That's half the damn room up there for Laney College. What's going on here? Not that we're competitive. So good afternoon. So I won't belabor what's already been said. Today is special, we know, because it's, to me, it's always this idea. There's nothing like the pursuit of a worthy goal and achieving it, or as my grandmother used to say a prayer for what you want and then go out and get it, go out and get what you prayed for. So in a sense, that's what this represents tonight or today. In a sense, you guys have reached the top of the mountain, and I know for many of you, a lot of long nights, maybe some self-doubt, dealing with students and committee members. But I'm always reminded of something that that Victor Flint actually used to say to me when I was at Berkeley City College and I was doing my own tenure track. And he said that it doesn't matter how arduous or difficult or circuitous the journey is, because once you get to the top of the mountain, the view is the same. So in a sense, you're at the top of the mountain. I have the honor of recognizing 2 faculty members. I'm particularly pleased because my decision to hire them demonstrates I have some good sense. Lissette, come on up. Lissette Dominguez. Yeah. So, I'll tell you a little bit about this woman. She has quite the bio, so let's get into it. Born and raised in Southern California to 2 hardworking immigrant parents, Lissette has always understood the transformative power of education. Her educational journey began at Ventura College before transferring to San Francisco State, where she earned her bachelor's in child and adolescent development and a master's in elementary education with a focus on early childhood education. Her passion for working with young children began in '98. She was a child herself back then, when she stepped into the classroom and quickly realized the deep impact early education has on a child's future. But for Lissette, teaching young children wasn't just about education. It was about advocacy, about recognizing the vital role of early childhood educators in shaping the best version of every child. Inspired by her mentor at San Francisco State, she extended her impact by sharing her pedagogical approach with aspiring educators. She wanted to change the perception of early child educators, not just as caretakers, but as professionals, teacher researchers who play an essential role in children's development. Oh, we're taking it all the way through. As a teaching assistant at San Francisco State, she found her voice in higher education. And in 2018, she taught her first solo class at Merritt College. And she was determined to grow as a college instructor, so she took every available opportunity to teach, developing multiple courses before earning her full-time faculty position in 2021. I remember it. Her mission remains clear: to cultivate a new generation of early childhood educators who see their work as a profession rooted in research, reflection, and advocacy for young learners. Lissette is a lifelong learner, constantly seeking ways to make education more accessible and impactful for her students. She has dedicated herself to developing courses that are equitable, inclusive, and adaptable to diverse learning needs. To achieve this, she has pursued professional learning in online teaching and design, zero textbook cost pathway programs, and equitable grading. So the learning just doesn't stop. Passionate about curriculum development, she actively shares resources and strategies with her colleagues to enhance teaching and learning experiences. But beyond the classroom, she has been an active voice in shaping her college community. She serves on the DE, District Education, and Curriculum Committee, and was honored to co-chair the first Raíces Latinx graduation at both Laney and Merritt College. And if I could just go off script for a minute, the administration notwithstanding, we're going to have that again this year. In addition, she has worked collaboratively with her co-chair to establish the Merritt Child Development and Apprenticeship Program. Oh, that was it. That was it. So give it up again for that. Ms. Taslima, come on up. Oh, and there, bam, right on time. No, I got to say nice things about you first. Confession, I've always been kind of impressed by anyone that teaches math. I capped out of intermediate algebra in high school, so I've always kind of been in awe of this young lady who began her journey at Merritt College in the fall of 21 as a mathematics instructor, bringing her wealth of knowledge and passion for teaching. In fall 2023, she was honored to take the role of department co-chair. So she was still tenure track and co-chair, where she has contributed to the growth and development of the department. As a member of SLOAC, which is assessments, since fall 2022, she transitioned to the role of SLOAC coordinator for Division II in fall of 2024. In these capacities, she has played an integral role in assessing and enhancing student learning outcomes, demonstrating her commitment to both academic and excellence and the success of college students. So congratulations. So let's take our pictures. And now we are bringing back our Vice Chancellor, Tina Vasconcelos.
Thank you. So I just want to say a big, huge congratulations to all the tenure candidates today. Thank you also, and congratulations to your families, to your parents, to your loved ones, to your colleagues for supporting you over the last 4 years through this process. This concludes our program for today, and I want to be sure that, so these are for tenure candidates. We have 13 of them. Please grab a vase and some flowers and take them home. There's 10 on the tables, and then there's also 3 more over here. In addition to that, please, if there's still food left, please grab some food and take it home. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening.